Well, hi, this is Ken with Village Green, and you may be able to hear the cicadas in the background. That is our sign that it is the middle of summer and it's time for a summer update. It is early August, and what we've seen so far is the summer actually has not been too bad rain-wise. In July we had a little bit of rain, seems like rolling through each city, just a little bit here and there, just enough to keep the grass green. What we are noticing that this past week or two is that the lawns are now starting to dry out because the rains have stopped. We've been at 103, 105, sometimes on up to 108 degrees. No rain in sight, and so it is hot out there now. And it is now, at this point, your lawn and your landscape is entirely dependent on how you are watering your lawn. So it is very important that you make sure that you are following that watering guide that we send out. The only issues that we have been seeing in our lawns at this point currently, we have seen watering issues, and that may simply be that we're underwatering a little bit on our minutes, or it could be that maybe we have a broken sprinkler head or coverage issues. We're seeing quite a bit of that now developing, and the other thing that we are seeing a lot of would be rabbit damage. That can still be improved by improving our watering. It doesn't always cure it, but it does a lot of times make that better by rinsing the urine through. As we move on into the next few weeks, what we'll be focused on is paying attention to possible chinch bug damage. Those can cause some real damage to particularly St. Augustine and zoysia lawns. And so in those, if you see a dry spot where you're convinced that you're getting enough water, especially if you see a yellow ring on the outside edge, that may be chinch bugs. Those seem to roll through about every 3 or 4 years. We haven't seen them yet, but a hot, dry summer is when they'll usually show up. And the other thing that we want to pay attention to will be grub damage. We don't see a lot of damage this time of year, or damage in our lawns around here from grubs, but what we do see a lot of times is armadillo damage to them. And so as a preventative, we like to put out a product called imidacloprid that we put out in early summer or late spring, and then at this point, if we're seeing damage, especially from the armadillos, there's another product that we'll put out that should control the grub worms. So we like to reduce the nitrogen in our lawns on St. Augustine and zoysia, because as we head on into the fall, brown patch will feed on that nitrogen, and so it's time for us to start reducing that, and we'll do that over the next few weeks. So the question I usually get asked this time of year is, when will this usually stop, all this heat that we've been having? Typically speaking, somewhere around mid-September is when the temperatures will drop, and we never quite seem to get back up into our high temperatures. So we may have some more hot days after mid-September, but generally speaking, that's when it breaks, and we don't just have day after day after day of 100 degrees. That is your summer update. The one other thing for this fall that I should let you know is, keep in mind, fall is the absolute best time to be installing landscapes. So if you're thinking about redoing your landscape, please give us a call and chat with us about that. This is Ken with Village Green. If you like these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and send them on to your friends and family. Village Green, local experience you can trust.